Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Eddie. I already said welcome, but again, welcome back to my channel. We are officially in Art Fight Deep now. Okay. We're Art Fight. We're doing it. Okay. That's not better. It's Art Fight time, and we have been fighting, attacking, defending. It's Art Fight. Okay, and I was really excited about Art Fight for multiple reasons this year. One being the triple theme, very fun, very cool. That's insane. If it's your first year on Art Fight, this is not normal, and it is very cool, okay, that there's 3. I have no idea what the numbers are going to look like. Last year, by the end of the season, it literally, nobody knew if it was going to be crystals or fossils. There were people down, myself included, to the last second throwing attacks in because we were like, oh my god, we gotta get these numbers up. We're at 51 to 49. What's happening? We did not know who was going to win until the website shut down and days later when it was announced. Because there was there were times where I was pulling it up and it was dead 50-50. So the fact that there's 3 this year, I am simply so excited to see what it's going to look like at the end of the month, because I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect. I am obviously so down to be doing all of these attacks. I'm so excited. But another one of the reasons that I was really excited was because I have a new character up. It's very rare for me to have an OC that I feel comfortable uploading and stuff and yapping about all of their lore and their backstories and stuff, but Ilian in particular I have been really excited to talk about because I feel like his character is just really cool. So I have him obviously here. As you guys are seeing, I'm currently making his rep sheet for Art Fight. It is messy because I made it the same day that I made last I always want to say last week's, but I upload every other week. So last video I made it at the same time as the last one that I did, and I was rushing, okay? Time is money, and our budget was strict, okay? She was tight. We had stuff to do, and so I ended up really rushing through his reference, but I still think it looks really cool. Another reason it's kind of more messy is because when I was creating this, I was still developing him visually. So actually, funnily enough, I created Ilian last year, either during Art Fight or I think the month following Art Fight, something like that. And I drew a very rough sketch of him, and I was like, he looks very cool. He's giving very 80s. I like his mullet. Cannot decide on a hair color for him because here's the thing, I wanted him to have red eyes so bad, and I will get into that, but roughly one of the things I thought would be hilarious is him having red eyes and just insisting that they are brown. They're not red, they're so obviously brown. They are, I mean, absolutely ruby red, dude, but he insists. He's like, they're brown, totally normal. I'll get into why. So I thought him having red eyes, super funny. That meant a lot of struggles with making his character not look so incredibly cliche. For one thing, okay, blue. I really liked the idea of him having really pale blue hair. Oh, that's Shigaraki. That is Shigaraki, my hero. Bright blue hair, red eyes, Shigaraki, my hero. Not gonna do that. Okay, that one's out. Black hair, too emo, great. I love an emo vibe. I don't think I ever really stopped being emo. Actually, I stopped for a few years, but it's slowly coming back into did it ever leave though? Yeah. Anyways, I love that vibe, love the aesthetic. Not what I wanted for Ilian's character because I felt like it would be too on the nose for what I wanted to do with him. So I was like, okay, not black, maybe perhaps purple. Still kind of giving that vibe. Okay, maybe blonde. Not quite what I'm looking for. I have a few other characters who would look a little bit too similar to him, and I wanted him to be able to stand out in comparison to them. So in the end, I ended up settling on this kind of pinkish light brown that I think suits him really, really well. I think it looks super cool. I think it turned out super cute. Sorry if my voice sounds insane. I have been sick since Memorial Day. I have gone back and forth between having a cough, not having a cough, having a fever, not having a fever, being super sick, being completely fine. I'm having a cough attack. It is killing me. Anyways, so Ilian, light brown, pinkish hair, whatever. Why am I being so vague about everything about him? Let's get into it. Let's talk about what Ilian actually is. So, Ilian is a human. No, he is not. He is of the firm belief that he is. But Ilian is actually a species I discovered through, of all things, a My Little Pony redesign video where they made Fluttershy a dampire. I think it might have been Prickly Alpaca. I'm not 100% certain. Think that might have been who it was. I'm not 100% sure. But whoever this creator was made Fluttershy a dampire. I was like, what is a dampire? It's a half human, half vampire. And I was like, oh, that is perfect for Ilian. When I initially created him, he was a human. It was for this storyline that me and my partner had come up with, where we were like, what if there was like some kind of organization where like, okay, normal human city, but every once in a while there's like a leak where like some kind of monster of some specific species, it doesn't matter, will kind of slip through the cracks, okay? Whether they are aware of it or not. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's like a monster just shows up and is like, whoa, what is happening? Like, it started with a little zombie that we had showing up one day and being super confused. Obviously, she rises from her grave and is like, where am I? Where's my boyfriend? Unaware that it's like 20, 30 years later since she has, died. And is like, what's going on? She's walking around asking people like, hey, have you seen my partner? My phone's not working. I'm so confused. Like, what's going on? Obviously, she's a zombie and she is scaring people because her limbs are very vaguely attached. Obviously, she's freaking out. It's freaking people out. People are calling, hey, there's a zombie. So obviously their organization covers all of that up, okay? Ilian's partner, who I am going to be vague about because he's not quite on Artfight yet, or uploaded anywhere for you to find him. Hopefully sometime soon, because I do really want people to be able to see them and enjoy them. I want to be able to draw them together. I think they're very fun. I love the concept of them. But he's not like up anywhere available yet. So I'm gonna be vague about like his name and stuff because one, he's not fully developed. Two, again, he's not up in Artfight. He's not anywhere you guys can see. So I'll try to keep this video focused mainly on Ilian, but I can't talk about Ilian without talking about his boyfriend because they obviously storyline align, their paths cross, and that affects his story and his character. So Ilian's partner is a person that would go and then pick that zombie girl up, put her into, they have like this facility. It's basically like a rehab where it's like they teach them like, okay, you are a monster, you are like he would pick this girl up, he would calm her down, he would let her know very gently like, hey, you died like 30 years ago, your boyfriend's an old man now, you can't call him, I'm so sorry, you're dead also. So either a few things will happen in such a facility. Either if there's something like a zombie or something that very obviously cannot integrate back into society, then they kind of like stay within the facility, maybe eventually go on to like join their ranks and help with like the cleanup, so to speak. Like, for example, if there was like a vampire attack, so a vampire gets loose, he's actively attacking people, there's a team that would then go get that vampire. And then there is also a team that is responsible for the cleanup after, and that is where Ilian comes in. So essentially he is a glorified janitor. For example, in the case of this vampire, right? So the vampire, he's attacking people, they track him down. Ilian's partner would be responsible for grabbing that vampire and dealing with him, whether that is bringing him back to the rehab or ganking him if he is violent and unwilling to go back with him in some way, or to stop hurting people. you take care of the situation, right? So Alien's job would be to go into said crime scene and take care of, like, if there are, bodies or blood or anything like that, in the case of, like, him attacking people. Because the whole point of their organization is making sure that the general public is not aware of the fact that there are monsters. So it's Alien's partner's job to grab said monsters, bring them back, rehab them if they can't leave, like the zombie girl, or integrate them back into society, teach them no kill people, no attack human, if they are like a werewolf or a vampire or something that is still visually human enough that they would be able to go back into society without scaring people or harming the ecosystem, so to speak. But then it's Alien's job to make that look like it never happened. Obviously, if there's like a body in an alley somewhere, it's Alien's job to go scrub that up, make sure nobody knows that there was ever anything there, and then, bring that back to the facility and they can deal with it with the proper authorities and things like that. So Alien's, again, glorified janitor, right? So I initially created him as being human, and then I was like, we came up with like a little fun like swap thing where like, Alien and his partner would be arguing over whose job is the hardest, like what who has it worse, essentially, in their job, right? So Alien's partner would be like, it is so hard because, one, I have to wrangle these people, wrangle these monsters, tell them what they are if they don't know, convince them to stop hurting people if they are violent. It's really, really hard. It's dangerous. It's so emotionally draining, right? But then Alien would be like, well, my job's really hard because I have to clean up all this stuff. Sometimes it is things that are dangerous for me to breathe or touch, or, God forbid, things that could turn me if I were to come into contact with them, and blah, 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 blah. It's really hard and it is dangerous for me. And also, it's physical labor in the sense that I have to clean up. That's hard. And he would just be arguing back and forth with this partner, blah, blah, blah. And they'd come up with the solution of, okay, you do my job for one day. I'll do your job for one day. We'll see who has it harder. And they swap, right? And they both monumentally are so awful at it. There are so many things that goes wrong. But for one thing in particular, it would be with a vampire. I was like, what if Alien messed up so badly that he got bit or something by this vampire and then nothing happened? And he would have to sit there and be like, why? What? He's sitting here, he's essentially just waiting for something to happen, for something to change, for something to be different about himself. And it just doesn't change. Nothing's different. So he's like, okay, maybe it was a one-off. Maybe it was a fluke. It's totally fine. Maybe I'm good. And for a while, literally, nothing changes. Nothing's different about him. But slowly, his partner starts commenting on certain things about, like, his appearance and things like that, that he's like, hey, your ears kind of pointy. Are you aware of that? And he's like, they've always been like that. They've been like that my whole life. And the thing is, he's not lying. He's not gaslighting him. He's not slowly turning and trying to convince him he's not turning. His ears have always been like that. They've always been a little bit pointed. It's a birth defect. Are you gonna make fun of him for it? Weird thing to point out. And then a different day, he's like, hey, do you have a fang? Is that a fang? No. My tooth's crooked. It's a snaggle tooth. It's a little crooked. What is your problem? It's always been like that. It's literally always been like that. What are you talking about? It's pretty sharp. Okay. So what? Some people have sharper canines. Okay. Your eyes they're kind of red, dude. You okay? You getting sleep? Are you tired? They're brown. They're not red. They are brown. They've always been brown. They're light brown, but they're brown. They're red. Definitely red. They're brown. Your eye bags are looking pretty dark. Yeah, really, are you getting sleep? I work third shift. I work nights. Obviously, I'm tired. I don't even really have a shift. I work third shift in the way that that's when most attacks happen. But if somebody's going to do something at 7 a.m. or God forbid 2 p.m. when I'm sleeping, yeah, I have to wake up. I have to go fix that. I have to go take care of it. I'm the only one on my team. It's just me. I'm tired. Are you going to comment on that too? And then one day he's like, dude, you're a vampire. You're totally look at this. You've got a fang. I don't care. It's totally a fang. That's a fang. You have fangs. Your ears are pointed. You have red freaking eyes. I think you're a vampire. And he's like, you can see I have freckles all over my body. Okay. I'm a little pale. I still go outside. Okay, you've seen me. I have to. For work, remember? Our job that we have? Our work that we do? I go outside. And I clean up during the day. I can go outside. Oh, look, open the window. I'm fine. I'm not a vampire. Because he's not. He has genuinely no idea. He thinks, fully convinced, 100%. And the thing about it is it has nothing to do with their swap day. It has nothing to do with him getting bit. He would backtrack. He would be like, okay, all right. He's starting to point these things out about me. I'm getting kind of nervous. Have these things always been the same? Yes. I can look back at photos of me as a child and I can see my eyes have always been this color. My teeth have always looked this way. My ears have always been a little weirdly shaped. But I can go outside. I don't want to drink people's blood except for that one time when I was doing cleanup and it kind of really smelled really good. I was just so tired. I totally did not lick anything. No. He's fully convinced that he's a human. I think somewhere down the line, someone's gonna have to tell him who his daddy is. His daddy's not human. I think it would be so funny for him the entire time. He's working for this organization. He's around monsters constantly. Sometimes other vampires, where he is cleaning up after them. He's like, man, so many monsters in this city, so weird. Glad I'm the only normal one. He's not, and neither is his boyfriend. That's the whole thing about it. We haven't fully locked down that lore yet, where we're kind of deciding, like, should the people who work at the org also all be monsters and either have no knowledge of them being monsters or have been prior, like, jobs, essentially, where it was like, okay, like, obviously, you're a Gorgon, you got snakes on your head, can't really cover that up. Do you want to wear a hoodie and be part of the, catch and release team, essentially? Like, they're stray freaking animals. Do you want to, join the organization, as long as you promise you're gonna keep quiet and not let humans know that there's monsters around? Sound good? So that's kind of the vibe. There might be, like, some humans on the team, obviously. I feel like the original components or the original, like, creators probably would have been humans that then, started doing it and started, building it up and making it bigger and having monsters be directly a part of it, and not just in the sense that, like, there are some monsters who just can't leave. Like a zombie. She can't just go walking around. Her arm will fall off in the middle of the day, Thaddeus style, and you can't be doing that. So that's the general vibe for them. I'm really excited to kind of, like, develop their story a little bit more, kind of, like, lock some of Alien's lore down. Like, for one, I thought it would be so funny because he is Romanian. I gave him the last name Novak. I'm heavily debating if his dad should, like, legit be Dracula, because I think it would be so funny if he was so convinced, I'm just a normal human who looks a little funny. That's messed up that you're pointing it out. Oh, what do you mean my father is Dracula? Like, the Dracula? Mom? Do you have something you would like to tell me? Please? Or if it should just be, like, a random vampire. I think it would be really funny if it was legit Dracula, but also that's a little bit, there's a fine line between Mary Sue territory and so funny for the lore territory. So funny for the lols. I haven't said that in so many years. If it would just be a little bit goofy, silly, fun times to make it legitimate Dracula, or if I should just legit just make it like Edward, I don't know, like some random vampire from like a Close Encounter or whatever. Yeah, I haven't solidified that yet. And again, some parts of his lore might change, obviously, like how he figures it out might change, things like that. I just know I want the core element of his character to be, this dude is so convinced he is a normal human working alongside other normal humans and monsters, and he's just chill, he just looks a little funky, and then one day, someone just keeps pointing it out, and he keeps having to defend himself, and then being like, wait, hold on. And slowly starting to realize that, hey, that thing's not normal. Hey, wait a minute. And then slowly coming to the realization, oh, not quite what you thought you were. And then how he might deal with that or come to terms with that experience, I think would be really cool and really funny. So yeah, that's Ilian. His aesthetic also is something that I'm trying to nail down, because we haven't settled on a like distinct time period for the lore yet. Like, I know the little zombie girl we had, she was like from the 2000s, but we didn't have a set date for like when current events would be happening. I don't know if it would be like, way into the future, or if it would be like 20, now modern times or something like that, or if it was back in the 2000s and like she died a few years ago and like just popped up or whatever. So we haven't nailed that down yet, but I do know, like, visually, I think for Ilian's aesthetic, I put on his art fight, and you'll see on the page when I flash the final image, I say something along the lines of, like, if a frat boy from the 2000s was, like, with 80s vibes. What did I say exactly? I don't remember. It's essentially like streetwear, but like with a little bit of like a frat boy kind of vibe, but also like a little bit emo. Because again, he is a vampire. We have to pull from that aesthetic. We have to have some kind of visual element to that. But I think he would really like loose clothing, cropped tank tops, cropped t-shirts, obviously, really baggy jeans, when he's not working. When he is working, blue jumpsuit. Sorry, dude. You don't really want to get blood on your nice clothes, okay? Or worse, ectoplasm, or some other type of, like, legitimate acid, from some kind of horrible spitting monster. You really don't want that on your skin or your body in any way. So, protective suit, that's all you can do, big dog. But I really like him. I think he's really cool, and I can't wait for you guys to see his partner if he ever gets uploaded. Maybe I'll do, like, a more in-depth video in the future of, like, their story and how it's developing and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of Ilian, let me know. If you guys want to see maybe other characters that might be involved in this storyline, or if you guys want to see me do a video where I, like, design a monster of the week or something for their plot, let me know, because I think that would be fun as well. I hope you guys are enjoying the art fight so far. I hope your team is winning, whatever it is, but not really, because I hope it's tragedy, because that's mine. I want to win, okay? Alright? I hope you're enjoying participating if you're on mystery or comedy, but really, tragedy. Okay? Let's lock this in. If you're on Team Tragedy, sound off in the comments. If you're on another team, sound off in the comments, and perhaps leave your cards or your characters, perhaps a link to your art fight, so that we may destroy you. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Huge shout out to my patrons who help me do things like create characters and be able to just draw silly little fun stuff all of the time. I really enjoy that. I love getting to make all of the special little things that I do for my patrons. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. If you are still sitting here at the end of this video watching me draw such a simple illustration, I love you too. I hope to do more in-depth and detailed stuff for you guys here in the future. I love you guys so much. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.